Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect 3.
We are,
You just saw us ping. I had the wrong... There we go. Alright.
You fail, Drew. You fail at everything.
As usual, I always fail. You just saw us bumming around on the Citadel. Before we go, I'd like to mention a couple things that we did off screen. We've talked to Arya Telok, and we've solved most of her problems. So now we need to hand in. We haven't handed it in yet, but we've acquired a few assets for her. We also talked to who was it that we talked about that I thought was neat, that was around? Yeah, oh yeah, there's this crazy Hanar dude who believes that because the Protheans were turned into collectors and the collectors served the Reapers, that means that the Enkindlers served the Reapers, and that as a result the Reapers, even though the Enkindlers, which the Hanar supposedly follow, were the one species that made the greatest stand against the Reapers since any, other creatures in history. So that's logical. Anyway, he's dead now because he was crazy, and we don't like crazy on our ship unless it's us being crazy. There's only enough room for one crazy bitch in this galaxy, and that is Commander Shepard!
Drew, you're an idiot. Yes. You missed the most important part of that mission.
I'm sure I did.
Kasumi.
Oh yeah, Kasumi. Yeah, Kasumi was there, and she faked her own death, and as a result, now she's a war asset for us, which was cool.
Yeah, she's helping research on the Crucible project. The Crucible being that big weapon that we are starting to build. So I have
a feeling we completely bypassed Kasumi's role in Mass Effect 2 or in Mass Effect 3 and didn't record it. So for all one of you Kasumi Goto fans, I'm really sorry. Except I'm really not, because I didn't really care about Kasumi.
Basically that whole mission, I didn't want to record that for you guys because that mission would be dead fucking boring.
It would be pretty boring. The ending was kind of interesting, and but yeah, the everything else was kind of meh.
Yeah.
Anyway, one thing I noticed in reading, which I thought was kind of interesting, is that if you and we didn't do this, so we won't show it, but if you've had dinner with Kelly Chambers in Mass Effect 2, and then she survives, then she shows up on the Citadel in Mass Effect 3, and you can do a bunch of crap with her, and if you do it right, and then she becomes a war asset for you later on as well, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
And she'll tell you at one point that the Elusive Man was ordering her to spy on you, which isn't the shock. Apparently you can, browbeat her and do the Paragon thing, and if you do that, then she'll, break down crying, and you'll find later that she took cyanide because of the depression.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's brutal, dude.
I know, right? That is. That's kind of messed up.
Oh well. It's Kelly Chambers. She's a crazy bitch. Anyhow.
She's a bit odd.
So,
yeah.
Earlier, the Turian Primarch that we rescued told us that he's an idiot, and there's some Turian cruiser or dreadnought, I'm not entirely sure, that crashed on Tuchanka. So we're going to rescue them. So onwards to rescuing the Turian survivors.
I know I said a whole bunch of times that we weren't going to do this before we did the Tuchanka Genesis mission. That was before I realized that, that changes a whole bunch of stuff. That advances the plot in a big way. So, yeah, we're going to get rid of this. That's more of a side quest thing, so we're going to get that done first.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we had to, as you've heard, we had to go back 4 hours of bullshit to deal with this, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that we had that save where we did.
There's a reason I saved compulsively.
Did you do that, or I was going to say, was that done automatically?
No, I saved compulsively because I am.
Fair enough.
I am a save whore.
Well, that's good. I do not save compulsively. I'm stupid. I'll save a lot, but I'll save over my previous save, so it makes it really useless.
Well, especially because I know we're doing a Let's Play, and it might be useful to go back. Anyhow.
This crash site's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Looks like
you are wiser than I.
Reaper scouts. Edie, any further intel?
The mission brief identifies the Turian commander as Lieutenant Tarquin Victus.
Victus?
Victus being our... Yeah.
Try
the Primarch's son.
I'm gonna go get soda and a few things like that. Can you hold down the fort for a couple of minutes?
Yep.
Or do you want me to stay?
Is bad for the Primarch.
All right.
Promoting family without merit can bite you in the ass. What's strange is the Primarch knows that.
Commander, I have to land well back from the main crash site.
That the best you can do?
Yes, ma'am, but the Reapers seem unaware of our presence. You might get the jump on them.
Alright, set her down. Let's save this platoon.
So we've been running with Edie and Garrus because Edie and Garrus have this kind of buddy cop thing going on. They're kind of hilarious. I think Edie would be hilarious with everyone, but I find her especially hilarious
Okay.
with Garrus.
Did you raise Lieutenant Victus?
Yes, but the connection is bad.
Patch me in. This is Commander Shepard, Alliance Navy. Do you read?
This is Lieutenant Tarquin Victus of the 9th Platoon. We're pinned by Reaper harvesters and taking heavy casualties. Also, there are pockets of my men scattered along the crash trajectory.
Lieutenant, I need you to fire a flare so I can find your position.
So he popped a flare, for those of you that can't see, and it looks to be not that far away.
Got it.
However, we are in a...
Things get worse by the minute. My men are dying.
This sounds bad. Let's move.
We are in what appears to be a bombed-out city.
Than I feared.
There's strips of rusted rebar sticking out of concrete everywhere. And shattered concrete, and the entire place is falling apart.
Tuchanka is especially odd. Thoughts?
Maps of the area list no important resources.
As you can see, I'm enabling my ammo powers because by default they're not on for some stupid-ass reason.
Hostiles. Kill them quickly. We do not want reinforcements.
So, do you guys want to see my stealthy kill mode? Charge Nova! Boom. And they all died instantly. That was a 3-pack of husks. So, as you can see, our Charge Nova combo is becoming ferociously powerful.
Escape pod. Our first casualties.
It appears that they survived the crash, and then a harvester exploded the pod.
Died in the explosion?
Or dragged out and eaten by husks.
Yeah, these guys have had a shitty time of it from the looks of it. Their escape pod
Picking up auditory evidence of conflict.
got ripped to shreds.
Okay. I have a visual on the enemy, and there's an escape pod just beyond. Looks like the Turians are in tough. Enemies up ahead don't know we're here.
Surprise on our side for once. I like it.
Exactly. Let's go.
Alright, folks. This is how we win at combat forever. Boom! Bitch! So yeah, we're tearing apart a bunch of cannibals. Cannibals, rather than being a group of humans stitched together, as I thought they were, are in fact actually Batarians that have been corrupted. And turned into
That's
husks.
interesting because I actually thought it was a reanimated corpse of a dead man, but apparently that was
Yeah, as you can see, these Reaper harvesters are giant beetle-looking things of some kind. And they do that when you kill them, which is explode in a thing that actually flares out my screen pretty badly.
Thank you.
Don't stop for us. We'll head for the main crash site.
There's another pod ahead.
So yeah, that's a side effect of those harvesters, so we'll need to remember to stay back from them. And as you can hear, we saved the entire crashed group there.
Keep moving. We need to find the main crash site ASAP.
I talked about this in the other
Being the son of Adrian Victus is a lot to live.
version of this video that we did. So I'll talk about it here too, which was that I remember watching on YouTube a bit, where they were showing the recording of the voiceover lines, and it showed how they rather than giving your own parts in isolation and a script and expecting you to run off that, they were actually have some of these scenes done by like multiple characters at once, and they're communicating over voice over IP so that they can actually like act in a scene, which I think in missions like this one where all the people are whispering a lot makes that kind of stuff. I think it shows the difference, because one of my pet peeves in voiceovering is inconsistent stage directions where, you know, one person is trying to be really quiet and the other guy's just talking like this. It's really frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I've noticed is the voice acting has been consistently at least pretty good, and quite often very good in this game, which is...
Oh yeah, yeah.
There is occasional places where it falls apart, but by and large, it's been a very good round of it. And pop goes another harvester. the harvesters, as I forgot to mention before, actually can shit out husk bombs. So one of the primary delivery methods of husks
Come this
is a
way.
little bit of a fiery meteor, and that harvester just spat out a meteor with 3 husks inside it. So,
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So the harvesters have their own deployment of troops, as well as being their own unit.
yeah, I'm not sure if I may have misseen that,
Alright.
but it looked like it came out of its head.
We're on our way.
So,
Marnik, how's our velocity? Deceleration online. We'll survive. Victus is going to pay for this. Court-martial or hanging?
How's Victus going to live
Dun,
this down?
dun,
so as you
dun.
can hear,
When we
his
find
troops
him,
are
we'll ask.
pissed at him.
Not happy with him, no.
Well, he seems to have done something very stupid.
Yes, and he's the son of the Primarch. That could be
Well,
very embarrassing.
yeah, he is.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see what it is.
Shepard here.
Just saw harvesters drop a lot of enemies in your path.
Understood.
There's a
Hope it's not something really bad.
There's a trio of cannibals
You know,
and a
that would end up
harvester
killing
just
them,
ahead. And pop the harvester.
Yeah.
Boom! Yeah, that popping noise that they make is...
I am trying to understand the emotions and politics that would motivate.
Did you get it? I remember last time in the stealth part of the mission you were able to get that harvester before it ran off.
No,
Was
I
that
popped them all.
Are
I
you
popped them all this time.
supposed to be able
Yeah.
to get it? Okay.
I just had the wrong weapons
Alright,
out
cool.
last time,
Yeah,
so
okay.
I've brought the right weapons along this time, and I'm using a
Alright.
much better ammo power for what they are. And as well, I have a lot
Does,
more armor penetration on my shotgun.
Yeah,
So,
I did notice you seem to be going through it a lot faster.
well,
than last time.
being the second time around, I kind of know what's coming.
Yeah.
As well as I also have changed my loadout to be a loadout that I like a lot better. And I also upgraded our Avenger rifle to be a lot stronger
All right, let's
for
move.
my purposes.
All good things.
Which is kind of like a halfway sniper rifle, is mostly what I'm using the Avenger for. Or Avenger, whatever the newbie rifle that you get right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when did you get that huge weapons cache? Was that was in the Cerberus
Nope.
thing? Wasn't
We'll
wasn't that in the,
we'll get that in a bit. That are you talking about the that rifle that I really liked?
Yeah, like the
machine gun?
Yeah, the rifle you like and the machine pistol. And yeah,
That
the machine
is
rifle and
the
yeah.
machine gun or the shotgun pistol we have now, and the
Okay.
machine gun rifle, the one that has a 90 round clip, we'll be picking up
All right.
in about half an hour to an hour here, after a couple more missions. There's another harvester up here, and he's just shitting out cannibals everywhere.
So, when you took out all of the harvesters, has
Oops.
that had an effect on the troop loadout later?
When I- sorry,
or,
what?
Does it
Oh,
not
when I
matter?
took out the harvesters? No,
It has-
because each harvester is its own independent
like-
unit. Like, we're fighting several
Yeah.
different harvesters here, rather than one harvester that just keeps harassing. Like, they're not much stronger than an average troop, right? They're about... Actually, the brutes have more health than they do, from what I've seen. The brutes being those Krogan Turian hybrid beasts.
Yeah, hybrid thing.
And they can take an entire...
I wonder. I'm surprised they haven't mated humans with anything horrifying.
Well,
yet.
it may be that the humans... Because the thing to keep in mind
Maybe they will,
is aren't
yeah.
Krogans and... No, because they're actually different.
That's right. Yeah, they're. Yeah, it's supposed to be human diversity makes its genetic experiments react in a different way and,
Yeah.
and all that. stuff.
So here is a Reaper
But no,
Blackstar, which is a single-shot missile launcher. I picked this up before.
Are you sure you even want to use it on the harvester?
I do, because
You
this
wanna
one's
wait,
far
'cause
away,
that
and
was
I've been
pretty
using the shotgun to deal with them.
Alright. So they definitely do make you want to use it on
Yeah,
a guy.
because it gives me the range that I need to take him in one shot.
Yeah. No, what I meant was, I was wondering if when you take out all of the people in the stealth section rather than giving them
The
a chance
stealth
to run away, if that
section
had effect
is
on
only
the,
3 husks.
caves.
Like, the entirety of the stealth
Yeah.
section is there's
I was-
3 husks, and I charge and Nova them, and
Oh,
they all
okay.
die.
I thought there was
And
a
then
bit,
there is a little bit more.
I thought there was a game
no.
where you're supposed to take their
There's a little
their
bit
guys
more
until they
in
ran
which
away.
there
Okay.
are several cannibals,
Come this way.
but the cannibals don't alert anything. That's all the way up to that first harvester.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay, yeah, I thought that the harvester was the end of that one. Was like in but okay.
Anyhow,
Yeah, that's too bad. I thought
We're
that would
to
have
the
been
talky bit
a neat
with
idea
Victus now.
if, yeah, you have to get them all, or... Alright.
Commander Shepard, my men and I are in your debt. Thank you for saving so many.
What happened here?
He screwed up. Stand
his
down,
soldier grabs him by the chest.
They're dead because of him.
I said, stand down.
Hey, I just saved all your asses, so everyone just calm down. Lieutenant, what's going on here?
I made a bad call. This is all on me. I chose caution and clever tactics over a head-on
Way
attack.
to defend yourself there, buddy.
My men
So,
paid the
let's
price.
find out what he did.
You mean the crash?
You bad
Yes.
person.
We could see on Hollow that Reaper forces were blocking our intended path. Staying on course guaranteed heavy casualties. So I chose a safer route, skirting the enemy. And that took us low and through these ruins. When we encountered resistance, there was no
That
room
looks
to
like a
maneuver.
Turian cruiser.
Suddenly, we were in a fight for our lives. A lot of my men lost.
Yeah,
that fight.
we're zooming around away from us to see a bunch of fallen Turians with medics trying to help them.
Owning your mistake takes guts, but you have to get over it and move on.
Of course. It's just fresh right now. Our mission's still a failure. When we've stabilized the injured, we'll head back to the fleet.
You're abandoning your mission?
We're down over 30 men. It'd be suicide.
What exactly did you come here to do?
There's a bomb on the planet. We were sent to defuse it.
A bomb? How big?
Enormous.
Bomb!
Cerberus has it.
Lieutenant, if Cerberus has that bomb, you have to finish your mission.
Haven't these men sacrificed enough?
I understand. This kind of sacrifice
No.
is the hardest to ask for, but your men
Yeah.
signed on.
How much do you want to
So
bet
did
this
you.
bomb is a fucking planet cracker?
My men have lost hope, Commander. Even if I wanted to finish the mission, they don't.
It's your job to make them want to.
How?
Their sacrifice means that others will never face what they faced here today. Remind them that those sacrifices have no honor if the mission fails.
Men, I own what happened here today. But we have to carry on.
No, we don't. Who cares about a few dead Krogan? It's over.
We are Turian, and we will not let Cerberus succeed. Our sacrifice is the difference between life and death for this entire galaxy. Let the heroes of the 9th Platoon be remembered for performing their duties with bravery. All right, men. Shuttle's arriving any minute. We're moving out.
They kind of look.
It's neat, because
Commander?
that's the kind of thing that would never work on a human, but that's the
Well,
way
yeah.
the Turian hierarchy works.
We can use
Very,
the help.
yeah, all about
Send me the
duty
nav
and
point.
honor,
I'll see what I can
and
do.
it's kind of nice to see that
That'll
be,
give us
you
time
know,
to do a little
good
recon.
thing, because
See
usually
what
it's
we're up
pointed out
against.
as a bad thing.
Victus, you have a second chance here. Make their sacrifice count.
Understood, Commander. Hope to see
Yeah,
you at
by
the
and large,
rendezvous.
the Turians are supposed to be a army-oriented group. Anyhow, we're back on our ship now.
Yeah, yeah.
Cerberus bomb. What the hell is going on, Commander? And what do the Turians have to do with it?
Coordinates Victus gave me place it in the Kelphic Valley. It's a heavily populated area. That's all I know.
My gut says something's not right here.
What do you suggest?
Get the Primarch to come clean.
Should we alert the Krogan military?
I'd wait. We're in the dark here. Krogan-Turian relations are fragile until the genophage is cured. Let's not push it. And how about this bomb? How many troops does Cerberus have on this?
No idea. All I know is, we can't have them detonating that bomb.
Keep me in the loop. Hack it out.
So. Oh,
Alrighty then.
Primarch Victus.
Impressive work on Tuchanka. I'm grateful to...
This is why I wanted to do this first.
Why didn't you tell me about
I had
the
a feeling we'd have a
Cerberus
scene
bomb?
like this.
Why hide that? What else are you keeping from me?
I have nothing for you.
For our alliance to work, I need to trust you.
Our friendship is new, Commander. Would you trust me with information that puts your people, puts Earth, at risk?
Why would I jeopardize our alliance by lying to you now? It doesn't make sense.
Decisions like these weigh heavy on me. When I was a general, I could pass them up the chain of command. But now, I'm all I've got. Know what I mean?
Sure. And
that's all.
Ass.
Wait, there is
Yeah.
one more thing, Commander. Thank you for saving my son.
You stupid fucking asshole. What the hell are you doing?
Guy's a pain in the ass. Yeah, I don't really like him.
I like
anymore. I
I like
really
him
did,
as
but
a
yeah, no.
ideal, but as an actual person, he's a bit of a jackass.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand what he's trying to do. I just
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
So,
right.
join us next time when we go recover this bomb that I'm guessing that the Turians planted, and now Cerberus has dug up, because that sounds something stupid
pretty
enough
much.
for them to do.
Yeah, it is. Not to spoiler alert, because last time we totally predicted it, and that's what it was. So yeah, it's a fairly obvious thing, I think. But yeah, I just wish you could confirm. And I guess that's what we'll do. The next mission is we get to yell at the Primarchs. So that'll be fun
Anyhow,
too.
We shall see you next time
All right.
on Drew and Kyle Play Mass Effect 3. Goodbye.